So Karl and I worked together for the last 10 years on An Idiot Abroad and The Morning of Life, but this is the first kind of scripted project we've done together.
In Sick of It, I play two parts. I play a bloke called Karl, and I also play my inner self, which is, you know, the sort of voice that you have in your head, except it's not just a voice you hear on screen. I'm there playing the two roles. So there's quite a few occasions where you see me talking to myself. Like a right knob in a suit. That's the way you're holding yourself, isn't it? Look at you, you're all sort of stiff. Like a gingerbread man. I live with my auntie, who's called Norma. Sort of lost my girlfriend. My life's in a bit of a mess, you know, not really going anywhere.
So when we were kind of trying to figure out what Sick of It was, one of the things we really wanted to retain from Idiot and Morning was that sense of what was going on inside Karl's head.
You've been sat there for like over 45 minutes. Oh, it's a waiting game, isn't it? I know it is, but you're not trying, are you?
In Idiot and Morning, we would send Karl off around the world, but then we'd interview him at the same time and then intercut those interviews with the different experiences he had. And in those interviews, you get a real sense of what was really going on inside Karl's head and what he's thinking. That was often like some of the best material. So when it came to Sick of It, we still wanted the device that would let us know what was going on in Karl's head. And so that's when the idea of having two Karls came about.
It's too negative. Yeah, but hang on a minute, that's how we work, innit? I'm too negative, you're too positive. Like a battery, wouldn't work with both ends being positive, would it? The inner self in the programme is, I mean, does everyone have this in their head? Is it normal? Like you kind of speak to yourself and you try and work things out, and you split in between doing the right thing to keep everyone happy, but then sometimes you're thinking something else, but you know you can't go with what your inner self is thinking because it's probably going to piss some people off. So it's a juggling act, and that's what it's about, really. The sort of relationship with inner self. It's this battle.
It is quite a kind of high concept idea, and it would be easy to do it in a really gimmicky way. But we really wanted to feel as kind of natural as possible. That you'd see Karl, you'd see the inner self, the voice inside his head, but he would just appear as another character in the scene. You wouldn't kind of question it. You wouldn't be distracted thinking, oh, there's two Karls, because that novelty will last all of about 2 minutes. We didn't want that to get in the way of the characters and the story. That ended up being quite tricky at times, quite different to what Karl's experience on An Idiot Abroad and A Morning of Life was like. Those shows, he'd turn up in different countries, unbriefed, and just react to these different experiences in a really pure and honest way. So he was going from that to a situation where there'd be Karl, there'd be a body double of Karl, there'd be a separate acting double that he would act against. And so it was quite different for Karl, kind of having to do things again and again and again in a much more controlled way. Karl's performance always feels really real, it doesn't feel stagey. But if you'd seen the work behind the scenes, it's quite choreographed at times.
I'm not a proper actor, so I don't do that thing, like Christian Bale. He's, for me, him, and who else is good? Tom Hardy, he's another one. They can just be someone else. Like they're proper, whatever you want. If you want them to sound Scottish, Irish, Polish, they can do it all, and you believe it. You don't sort of go, oh, that's a bit. Why is he? Oh God, that's bad, isn't it? That's a terrible accent. I can't do any of that. The way I'm sounding now, this is what you get for 6 episodes, 22 minutes each, twice. Even me inner self sounds like this. We could have made that more interesting, sort of made him a little bit sort of Irish or something. What you doing there, Karl? But see what I mean? You don't buy that. It's shocking. So I just have to. At the end of the day, you play to your strengths, don't you? And this is it. Like I say, I'm called Karl in it. Couldn't even go off line there really, because I tried that when I was younger. Tried changing my name when I got bored of being called Karl, and I asked my mum and dad to call me Brett because I just liked the name. And they did it. They did it for like a day or something, and I actually forgot. They were calling me. They were going, Brett, and I'd forgot that I'd asked them to call me Brett. So that's what it would be like in this. If I was called, I don't know, Wayne or something, I couldn't imagine being Wayne. That's how much of an actor I'm not. I'm not a Wayne. In my head, why am I called Wayne? You don't have to be called something else. Just go with Karl. For me, Bruce Willis could have been called Bruce in Die Hard. He's called John McClane in it. What does that add? Just call him Bruce. Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. I don't even know what his name is in Mission Impossible. I don't think it's important. He could have been called Tom. There's no reason why he just couldn't be called Tom in everything.